If you're feeling lost, uncertain, or there must be more to life than this 9-to-5 job, or maybe you are in the same shoes that I was once in and you lost your career or your athletic career and you feel lost and you feel uncertain, nonetheless in your gut you're like, there must be more to life than just this. Surely I do have my own true purpose, but I just can't find it right now. Then this video is for you. Now let me make it clear, this video is not about making money. This video is about stepping into your true purpose. And when you step into your true purpose, you live a life full of fulfillment, service, and impact. And therefore, you will feel that service and fulfillment and impact in way of potentially money, in way of potentially relationships. There's lots of different things that can show up, but let me make it clear, this video is not about making money. This video is about finding your purpose, the purpose journey, and truly finding what genuinely aligns with you. Because I personally believe we were all put here for a reason, okay? And we all have a purpose on the planet. Yet nonetheless, a lot of us do live lives that don't truly align with ourselves. And there's just this feeling that we carry around with us in our gut where it's like, this is not truly meaningful, it's not truly purposeful. Or maybe you did have that feeling, just like I did with my athletic profession, and then you lost it due to an injury or something like that. And now you're like, okay, I know that feeling. And let me tell you right now, if you know what that feeling is, you're very blessed to know that feeling, because a lot of people don't know what that feeling is. If you have had that feeling once in your life, and now you feel lost and uncertain, yet you crave to have that feeling back, then this video is of service to you as well. So if you are ready to discover your purpose, let's dive in. So the purpose journey is not your average career path or the way society views careers in general, okay? It is a transformative journey that goes way beyond just building a business for money. It is about discovering the calling that's been waiting inside you all along, unlocking your true potential, and stepping into a life that is fulfilling, impactful, and designed just for you. The first phase is the calling, okay? And for me, that was actually an awakening. I named it that, but yeah, it's called the calling, okay? And it's that sense of, you get that feeling of, oh my goodness, I'm meant for something. You get that feeling of, oh my goodness, I'm meant for more. And there's a true sense of purpose out there for me. Likelihood is you haven't found that yet, which is why you're watching that video. Nonetheless, maybe that calling actually is the reason you're watching this video. So you have had that sense of a calling. You have had that sense of an awakening that there is more to life, even if you don't know what it is just yet. So the first phase of your purpose journey is the calling. It's that deep, unshakable feeling that something's missing in your life. You may feel like you're meant for more, but you're not quite sure what that more is just yet, okay? And when I first experienced, I called it an awakening at the time. And when I first experienced that awakening, it wasn't 100% clear to me what that was. Nonetheless, the feeling was so strong where it's like you have a new meaning coming into your life. You have a new purpose coming into your life. If you don't know me, I did feel like I really had purpose and meaning. I was a professional ballerina. That was like my heart and soul and world, okay? And to know that feeling and feel it like come back into my body in a different form, as crazy as it sounds, was very awakening for me, which is why I call it the calling. So if you have ever felt like there's something more you're supposed to do, but you're not exactly sure what it is, or what passions or dreams did you have as a child that you've ignored or outgrown, could they possibly be connected to your calling? Have you ever felt like there's something more that you're meant to do, but you're unsure of what it is? What are the things that make you feel most alive, even if you don't fully understand why? How do you feel when you think about your current life? Are there moments when you feel restlessness or unfulfilled in your current life? Well, that's the very sense and feeling that, okay, what you're doing right now is not your purpose. What you're doing right now is not what is deeply and truly aligned with you, and that is okay, but it does start with, the awareness. The second one is the nudge, and it is definitely a nudge. It's not comfortable. Life will push you through challenges and obstacles, and you may feel dissatisfied at times, or there's just this major shift in your life that you feel is happening, okay? It's the nudge. It's literally pushing you in a certain direction, even if you're not sure of what that direction is. Life starts pushing you towards your purpose. It may come through dissatisfaction, challenges, or even major life shifts. You might feel like something is forcing you to move forward or move in a different direction. Can you think of a recent challenge or change in your life that might be nudging you toward a new direction? I remember for me, I had gone through all these surgeries that had made my foot a lot worse. I wasn't training nearly as often as I would like to in the gym, and I wasn't really feeling satisfied with what I was doing. That of which was, helping people lose weight and get fit. I'm still doing that, I won't lie, because I still have clients and they're still getting, transformations and things like that. And, I'm continuing doing that at this point in time. But I had this shift where it was like, I don't really want any more clients. I don't really want to add any more people into my program. And so I literally started saying no to people who were reaching out, because there was just this sense in me that was pushing me in this different direction, that of which I had no idea what it was, but it was very strong. When you feel dissatisfied or stuck, what do you feel is calling you to make the change? So I felt very dissatisfied and I felt very stuck in what I was doing, okay? And for me, what did I feel was calling me to make the change? I felt what was calling me to make the change was that, yes, you can help people, but you can help people at an even deeper level, okay? For me, weight loss and body transformation, it is life-changing for many people, okay? So don't get me wrong, it does fulfill me in a way, but I felt this sense that I wanted to help people in an even deeper emotional healing way, right? Another question you could ask yourself, have you ever had a moment where you knew you had to make a big decision even if you didn't feel ready? Okay, I remember last year I had quite a few nudges where I had to make these huge decisions even though I wasn't ready. I was working online as a fitness coach, but also in person as a personal trainer. My foot had got so bad, and all of a sudden I had to stop. It was on this random Monday. I had clients in the afternoon, and my foot was so bad, it was like, okay, I can't push through any more pain. And I remember being like, oh my goodness, I have to figure out how to make up for 3/4 of my income and turn that online within a week, because there was no way that I could stand around and walk around anymore. I still had to pay out my gym contract as well. When you're a PT, you pay the gym to use the gym floor. And I still had to do that as well without maintaining clients. And it came at the most unpredictable time. I was not ready for it, but I did have this sense, okay, maybe this nudge is pushing me in a particular direction. The next one is the guide. So once you've taken action in some way, shape, or form, you may find synchronicities coming for you, maybe particular mentors pop up, courses pop up, books pop up that you're interested in, and you're like cultivating this more research and heavier understanding of this, whatever it might be. So when you first take the first step into this new purpose or this new pathway, it's still most likely won't be completely clear, but it's when you take the steps that things become to be more clear, okay? And so for me, I took the first step in making a YouTube video about change and your belief system and how your beliefs shape your reality and things like that. All of my weight loss videos, fitness videos, I put on private, okay? This used to be full of a lot of different kind of content. So that was very scary to me, taking that off. I was worried I'd lose subscribers. I was worried people no longer would be interested, or that there would be some sort of hate or judgment. Nonetheless, I was courageous and I took this first step in turning all those videos on private and making my first video about change. It definitely wasn't my best video. My thumbnail is still sucks, and you know, it wasn't the best video, okay? But nonetheless, it was my first step in that pathway, okay? And so once you begin to take action, you'll notice that more mentors, books, courses, etc., they begin to show up to help guide you. Funnily enough, okay, before I made my first video about, you know, change and changing your reality, the first video that had nothing to do with health and fitness on my YouTube channel, before that, it took me 2 weeks to do that. And it was so funny, okay? For me, I had this 2-week period where my anxiety was through the roof, okay? The anxiety of, I can't keep doing what I'm doing. I am meant for more. I'm meant for something different. There is a sense of true purpose out there for me. And it was so overwhelming that it led me to just feel so anxious, because I still didn't know what is my purpose, okay? I knew my awakening had happened, my calling had happened, okay? But I still didn't know what my purpose was. And so it led to this huge feeling of anxiety. All of a sudden, this ad shows up on my Instagram to this particular mentor that I hadn't followed, I didn't know anything about, just popped up. And I don't even like scroll on Instagram, right? It just popped up. And it was like he was speaking to me. It was crazy. And it was like this free course thing that you could sign up to, which was a very accelerated version of finding your purpose and stuff. And it was alongside the business sides of things as well. Anyway, and so I was like, oh my goodness, this is like exactly what I need. So I jumped in. It was for free. It was great. I didn't really continue in terms of like paying, because I feel like the business sides of things, you know, I've done before. I have a online health and fitness coaching business. And, you know, that's a perfect example of a synchronicity that happened. And then, you know, I actually, as of today, I got a notification on my email that a book that I really want to read with reference to my new purpose has just arrived. See, that's another synchronicity. It's crazy when you start to, you just take the first step, even though you're not 100% clear as to what it is, okay? So when you finally take the first step, things start to line up. The right people and resources will show up at the right time. Potentially, even one of my videos has shown up for you at the right time. Some questions you could ask yourself upon reflection of the guide, and remember, you will be at different stages and phases, okay? One is, who or what has shown up in your life to help guide you towards your purpose? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the very video that you're watching right now, even if it doesn't seem obvious at first. 2, are there any books, podcasts, or mentors you've encountered that have shifted the way you think about your path or about your purpose? And 3, what synchronicities or coincidences have you experienced that felt like signs you were on the right track? For example, even my email that my book has arrived on the very day I'm filming a video about the purpose journey, that's a little bit of a coincidence for me. me feeling so anxious and that random ad coming up from this random person on Instagram that I don't follow, I had never heard of before, plus the fact that he had like this free course. It didn't go for very long, but still, it was all synchronistic. It was a bit too much of a coincidence to not at least see the relevance of the synchronicity there, you know? So the next one is the dark night of the soul. Now, just a reminder, like you could be anywhere within this, okay? And it does go in this certain order, okay? And just understanding this order can really, really help. But yeah, you're not doing anything wrong if you're further down than someone else. Like, don't compare yourself, okay? This video is for you, okay? This phase is when you face limiting beliefs, you face fears, you face the doubt, you face potentially the overwhelm in order to step into your new power. In no way, shape or form is creating your new purpose or stepping into your new purpose going to feel completely easy, okay? Potentially you have to step forwards into past traumas and overcome the past traumas in order to fulfill your true purpose, okay? Some of the videos I've made about, you know, identity crisis and losing my athletic profession, they weren't easy for me to make. I remember my first one that I made, I had so much anxiety building up to making that video. Nonetheless, the anxiety was like a feeling of, you have to make this video, you have to make this video. And for my first video, it got 64 views, which is pretty good. And it didn't have nearly as many subscribers as it has now. And most likely, it has a lot more views by the time you are watching this video. Nonetheless, I had so much anxiety building up to it. And then as soon as I made the video, I felt so much relief because I knew that was a boundary. That was a dark night that I had to step over in order to step into my true power, right? So the dark night of the soul, this phase can be deeply uncomfortable. It's when you confront your fears, your limiting beliefs, and your past wounds. You also may feel like you're hitting rock bottom, but trust me, it's necessary to part of your transformation, okay? Do you think me hitting rock bottom of deciding no longer to take on any more online clients and therefore not making any more money, do you think that was easy? Absolutely not, okay? But it's in those states of the rock bottom that, like, some things will show up in your life where it's like, and they will hit rock bottom. Maybe it's certain relationships, maybe you just lost one of your jobs, maybe you were an injured athlete and you just got injured and it's an injury you can't come back from, or you just got told by a surgeon that there's nothing more that they can do. And now you know, okay, now I can't do my athletic career anymore. That was a rock bottom for me as well, okay? It can be tough, but this is where also the magic happens. You need to face these things though. You need to face the rock bottom and you need to face all of the challenges that have held you back so that you can break free, okay? One of the challenges that I had to face so that I could break free was the challenge of literally making videos about ballet or about identity crises or about the loss of purpose. That was a challenge for me to do because in a way, I didn't really want to think about it that much, okay? In a way, it is bringing up those past traumas. In a way, it's bringing up those past wounds. That is not easy. Nonetheless, that is also where the magic happens. And nonetheless, that's when I got an even stronger sense of this is what you are meant to do, okay? So some questions you can ask to reflect on this and kind of identify if maybe you're in this phase right now. What is one fear or limiting belief that has been holding you back from pursuing your true purpose? Or have you ever experienced a moment in your life where everything felt like it was falling apart, but later you realized it was necessary for growth? So many times, I'm sure with yourself, things felt like they were falling apart, things went to rock bottom, but upon reflection, you're like, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. It happened for a reason. I wouldn't be here if that had happened. If I didn't lose my career, I wouldn't be making this video now. I always say, losing my career was actually the best thing that ever happened to me. How do you feel when you face discomfort or challenge? What emotions arise, and how can you transform those emotions into growth? Particularly where you feel strong emotions, there are strong emotions there for a reason, okay? If it didn't have as of resonance to you, okay, and it didn't mean something to you, you wouldn't hold strong emotions towards those particular things. The next one is clarity, okay? And this is kind of where you trial, you fail, and you win, you succeed, and you fail, and all those kinds of things. It's where you get feedback, and the failure actually helps you refine clarity and what exactly you should be doing. Remember when I first posted my first video that had nothing to do with health and fitness, that I was scared shitless to make? That helped me refine more clarity. I remember the first time I created a meditation, and I was like, oh my goodness, people might judge me, they might think it's too woo-doo. I had never posted a meditation, even though I've meditated since the age of 13, which is over a decade, because that's how old I am now. I was scared as. Nonetheless, that video has gotten so many views and so many likes, especially given the fact that my, YouTube channel, the subscriber count isn't necessarily high. So that gave me clarity as to, okay, that really helped people and that was of service and of value, right? Okay. So after all the trials and inner work, you do start to experience more and more and more clarity. It's when things begin to click and you start understanding what truly aligns with you. And the trial and error, it shows you the way forward, okay? Chances are you're going to fail probably more than you succeed in the beginning, okay? Because you're not 100% sure what the clarity is, but you need to fail. You need to fail in order to show you the clarity, okay? You're not just going to keep on. Let's just say you're like, okay, I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I'm going to succeed no matter what. It's like, no, you're most likely going to fail. And those failures are going to provide you more clarity, and then the more clarity you get, the more you're going to succeed, okay? So throughout the feedback, experiences, and failures, you do start to see what works, and you gain clarity on what your true path is. Some questions you could ask yourself to reflect on this stage are, what's one recent failure or a recent mistake, but now looking back, has actually helped you gain more clarity about your path, okay? When you think about your life goals, what's one thing that feels right for you right now? Even if it doesn't seem just perfect yet. And number 3, are there areas in your life where you feel like you're finally finding clarity after a period of confusion or severe doubt? The next one is purpose. And believe it or not, this is not the last one, which is interesting. So this phase is when passion, talent, and practice align to create meaningful work that feels fulfilling. As you can see, I have passion in the way I am speaking. To edit this video and upload this video is going to be very fulfilling to me. And then you find your purpose. This is when your passion and talent and practice align. Your work becomes fulfilling and you know that you are making a difference. I know I'm making a difference. Some of the comments I've got, the fact that I get likes on my videos, I get so many more likes on my videos now than the likes I got on my health and fitness videos that I used to make, even though my health and fitness videos got a lot more views. These videos get likes, which is a huge difference for me. And my subscriber count just keeps on going up and up and up every day. It's crazy. This is the phase where it all clicks into place. You're doing what you're meant to do and it feels good. So some questions that you can ask yourself to reflect on whether you're in the purpose phase and you're not, maybe you are in the purpose phase and you're not sure. What activities or passions make you feel like you're truly making an impact or contributing to something larger than yourself? When you think about your strengths, how can you use them to help others or bring value to the world? How can you make your talents and passions and start integrating them more intentionally into your everyday life or work, okay? When I was stepping into like more so the purpose sides of things, I made my first video about like my top tips to become a ballerina. And I didn't have any notes at all, okay? I just because I had lived a very successful, meaningful ballerina life, I just turned on the camera and I literally started talking, okay? And I came out with great tips. Like I knew as soon as I started talking that I'd come out with great tips and great hacks because I had so much experience in that field. I didn't need to think about it, right? And that is a perfect example of a strength that I used that has helped others or brought the value to the world of ballet. That video was the first video that I've ever, at the point of filming this video, has got 215 views. 215. And at that time, it didn't even have a good thumbnail, okay? And I was like, yep, I know I brought value. I know I brought purpose. I know that would have helped out a lot of ballerinas. The last one is acceleration. In this phase, your growth, success, and opportunities expand exponentially as you align with your purpose. So once you step into your purpose, things start to accelerate. They start to, you know, the exponential graph that, okay, if you didn't study mathematics, maybe you don't know what that graph is, but it's kind of like exponential. It starts off slow and then it gets faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster in terms of like your success rate, okay? Growth, success, and opportunities come at you faster than ever. It feels like the universe is aligning with your energy. And of course, with that being said, you know, the more you do something, the better you become at it, okay? I'm still learning my way around thumbnails at the time of filming this video, but I do feel like my thumbnails are slowly getting better and better and better. Same with my sense of filming and understanding like angles and stuff like that. So as you align your true purpose, things will start to flow effortlessly and you'll experience massive growth and expansion. Some questions you can ask yourself to reflect on this phase are: when you think about areas in your life where you've seen the most growth, what do those have in common? 2, have you ever experienced a period where things just seemed to fall into place? What was different about that time? 3, how can you prepare yourself to embrace greater opportunities and growth that might come your way? The next phase and the very last phase is expansion and manifestation. Manifestation has a very interesting stereotype around it, okay? So expansion kind of is manifestation in a way. This phase is when abundance flows as you fully step into your mission and your impact grows. So opportunities, people, and resources, all of these things align with your purpose and you really do start to manifest your dreams. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you're able to manifest everything that you need and more. And it feels like everything just falls into place more and more and more and more and more. So some questions to ask yourself to reflect on this very exciting phase that we all wish we could just jump to, but it's not that easy. You got to go through it step by step and be patient with yourself. It doesn't just happen at the flick of a switch. Number 1, In what areas of your life do you already see signs of abundance and alignment with your purpose? Number 2, when you think about manifesting your dreams, what does that actually look like for you? And 3, are you open to receiving abundance in all of its forms? Financial, emotional, and spiritual. So, if you are ready to start your purpose journey, understand that it won't be easy, okay? It won't. Particularly when you go through the dark night of the soul and you got to go through all those challenges and boundaries and maybe heal past traumas and all of those kinds of things. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And for me, you know, I'm very grateful and thankful. Being a successful ballerina, that wasn't easy, okay? But it was 100% worth it. So I already had that mentality stepping into finding my new purpose, okay? It won't be easy to not make as much money in the meantime. It won't be easy to, you know, initially talk about some of the things I've talked about, but it will be worth it. Every step brings you closer to living the life you were always meant to live, okay? With that being said, if this video resonated with you, make sure you drop a like, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then definitely do so. There's always new videos coming out like this. And I would love to hear where you feel you're at in your purpose journey right now, what stage you're in, so I can connect with you and resonate with you and maybe provide some more tips and guidance along that way. That's it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.